So, penultimate episode of season 7 Game of Thrones. What a bummer. This whole season has just been so crap. Like, I can't even finish that sentence. This season has been incredible so far, and I am so bummed that there is only this episode and then one more episode and then 6 more episodes 10 years later. Like, who can wait for that? But yeah, so last we left off, let me just think back. We saw Arya and Sansa not getting along, except instead of, you know, being petty kids like how they were when they were very young, they're adults now, and they've got significant power to come with their status and or skills or whatever, and that kind of scares me because it's no longer a child's game. It's no longer two girls, you know, being petty with each other. It's yeah, like Arya's an assassin, Sansa is acting queen in the north, or whatever you call that. It really saddens me that they're kind of still, you know, at odds with each other. I'd hoped that they would be able to find a way to just work together and be on the same page, but yeah, I'm not so sure. And with Littlefinger thrown into the mix, I'm actually very worried. I'm worried that he's gonna like find a way to corrupt their relationship further. He's already like setting Arya up with that parchment, the letter about Sansa, whatever she wrote when she was 13, 14, whatever, something to do with Joffrey and Ned, and I can't remember what it said, but yeah, he's like setting her up. He's doing this deliberately, and yeah, I have a bad feeling about it. But another thing that I was kind of thinking, like, as much as I would love to see Arya slit his throat at some point, I think it would actually be better if Sansa did it. As far as I know, Sansa's never killed anyone. She's still, right? She hasn't, she's still innocent of that. Like, however, so much has been done to her. She was used as a pawn, she was married off twice, she was raped by her husband, that bloody Ramsay Bolton, and it was Littlefinger who arranged that marriage. And I don't know, I kind of would like to see her get rid of him, because yeah, she's just been used and abused by all the dudes in her life, and Littlefinger betrayed her father as well as used her in whatever ways he saw necessary in the moment. So I think that would be the best kind of payback. Also, Sansa, you know, if the guy situation's not really working out, you can always, you know, expand your pool of interest, you know? Brienne of Tarth. I love Brienne. What would be their ship name? Brienne and Sansa. My idea is Brienne of Starth. It's a bit of a mouthful, but you know, it's a perfect combination of their first name and last name. Sansa Stark, Brienne of Tarth, Brienne of Starth. Anyways, another thing that happened last episode is we learned that Cersei's pregnant with her brother's child once again. And I have to say, in terms of just Jaime and just Cersei and all of that, like, I have such mixed feelings about Cersei, and I really don't think I'm the only one. She's the kind of character that you both love and hate at the same time. Like, you don't want her to win, but if she were to lose, you would be heartbroken. Or at least I would be. Like, for all the things that that woman is, she has also been through hell and back in her own way. She lost all 3 kids, although the last one was kind of, you know, partially her fault. I mean, she murdered her son's not girlfriend, wife. Wife. And, yeah, although she raised Joffrey, so... yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know, I have such torn feelings about her. Like, in some weird, twisted ways, like, I love her. I think she's such a great character. As messed up as she is, she's just got so many layers. She's so complex. Like, she's bad, but she's got, like, elements of good. She's, like, in terms of, like, her own weird love, like, she's loyal to her brother. She was loyal to her kids. She was so protective, and she's so strong. She's incredibly strong. And so, like, when I see moments, like, where she's with Jamie and she tells him, I'm pregnant, and you just see them together, you forget all of those elements, and you just see, like, a girl and a guy, and they love each other, and they have their little happy bubble, and it kind of makes me happy, but at the same time, when I remember who she is and who they are, yeah, it's a weird situation. Like, one thing I do kind of think is that the happy bubble and the pregnancy is not gonna last long. I don't know if she's gonna give birth to another baby. I don't see that happening. I think it'll be more likely that she's either going to have a miscarriage or, yeah, but I think something bad's gonna happen there. It's not gonna last for very long. And whatever happens, like, it's gonna be sad, but, like, it's kind of for the best in the long run, for the sake of everyone else, I guess. But, like, the part of me that loves Cersei, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's what's really great about this show, is that there are so many characters you love and hate anywhere on that spectrum, because they're just so layered, and, like, there's no such thing as a good person. They're all flawed in some way, which is how people are in real life. Like, nobody goes through life without fucking up. Nobody's perfect, and then there are those who are just really messed up, but then they have their good sides too. And yeah, I think that's what makes this show so interesting, is that you can see from, like, different perspectives, and it's just getting so hard to pick a favorite or favorites and kind of justify why someone should win or shouldn't win or be on top, or, like, why someone should live or die. Yeah, makes really good watching. Anywho's, I just wanted to mention something quickly. I know the very last scene in the previous episode was Jon Snow embarking on his venture beyond the wall to capture White Walker, so he can prove to Cersei that they exist. So he embarked on this venture with, like, his little group, but it really makes me wonder whether the reason why that group has been assembled as they have been, like, if you think back, like, there was that guy that kept being resurrected by the Lord of Light, and then there's the Hound who survived when he should have kind of died after Brienne left him to die. Maybe this was exactly the reason why, like, that you know, they needed to go with Jon Snow. They needed to protect him on this very crucial mission that would decide the fate of the world ultimately. So that's really interesting. That's not actually what I wanted to say, but I just remember that too. But so in the last episode we saw Gilly and Sam being in the library at the Citadel, and she was reading something very, very important, Sam, before he interrupted her. Basically, it was that Rhaegar had his marriage annulled so that he could marry someone else. So that brings us to the question of, was most likely his first marriage to Elia, the one from Dorne, I forget her last name. So does that mean Rhaegar Targaryen secretly married Lyanna Stark, and then Jon Snow was born, and he's not actually a bastard, he's not actually Jon Snow, but he's a full-fledged Targaryen? Jon Targaryen? Oh, wow, Jon Targaryen. That kind of gives me chills. I think I'm in denial, because a part of me still wonders, why the hell does Jon Snow have black hair? Because aren't Targaryens supposed to have white hair? And didn't Lyanna Stark have like just brown hair? And there he is with his black hair. It makes me wonder, like, I don't know, I just kept thinking that maybe Robert Baratheon was his father, and that there was something between Lyanna and Robert Baratheon, because he was really in love with her. He basically started a war trying to rescue her. So yeah, I don't know. When I see it confirmed on the TV show or in the book properly, that's when I'll be convinced. But until then, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to see the end results to this theory of Rhaegar and Lyanna and Jon Snow and all that. Anywho's, so okay, I'm gonna stop there. So next week will be the final episode of the season. You may or may not be watching my other videos. I also do reaction videos to another really awesome great show called Wynonna Earp, which is just mental, and that show finishes next week as well. So when Wynonna Earp and Game of Thrones end next week, I will be TV showless, and I don't know what TV show to pick to react to next. So if you have any good recommendations, please let me know. I like well-written stories. I like strong female characters. I don't mind what genre, as long as it's not something terrifying. Yeah, I would really appreciate it if you have some really good suggestions. I am looking for something that is upcoming, like, so something that hasn't already started. Something that will be coming up in the next month or two. Like, if you live in the northern hemisphere, it'll be this fall. If you live in the southern hemisphere, it'll be this spring. So something that's coming up that's not already mid-season or finishing. I would prefer that, because I am going to take a break from filming reaction videos to TV shows for the next maybe month or so, maybe a bit longer, because yeah, I just need a break. But I will be back for sure, and for as long as Wynonna Earp and Game of Thrones exist, I will be filming reactions to in the future. But I would like to add another TV show that's upcoming. If I don't come up with anything by like October, so I'm thinking these are my alternative options that I'm thinking of: The Bold Type, Midnight Texas, and The Legend of Korra. So all of these, they're either already ongoing or they've long finished in the case of The Legend of Korra. And I would prefer to do a show that people haven't seen before, so that we can kind of, you know, go through it together, as opposed to people knowing what happens and or having spoilers and that kind of stuff. But if I don't come up with anything new, then I will pick one of these maybe. So yeah, so let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, I would really appreciate that. And now, without further commentary, I'm gonna get started into Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 6. To be honest, from memory, it's usually the penultimate episode of each season that's the really explosive one from Game of Thrones. I could be wrong on this one, but that's what I kind of remember. And then the final episode is more of like an introduction into the next season. Okay, so this is north of the wall.
Ever been north before?
Never seen snow before.
beautiful, eh?
Oh my god,
Can
he's
breathe
never seen
again.
snow.
Down south, the air
Wow.
smells like pig shit.
You've never been down south.
I've been to Winterfell.
That's the north. There's not a living woman within 100 miles of here.
We have to make do with what we've got.
Oh my god.
Mansraider was a great man. The king beyond the wall never bent the knee. How many of his people died for his pride?
Interesting.
You sold me to a witch.
A priestess.
Oh, I forgot.
I'll admit it is a
They're the
subtle
ones that
distinction.
sold him.
We're fighting a great war.
I wanted to join the Brotherhood, but you sold me off. Like a slave.
Oh.
Do you know what she did to me? She strapped me down on the bed. She stripped me naked.
Sounds all right so far.
And put leeches on me.
Was she naked too?
She needed your blood.
Yes, thank you, I know that.
Could have been worse.
I'm not whinging.
Your lips are moving and you're complaining about something. That's whinging.
Best
If I've
definition.
been killed 6 times, you don't hear him
Best
bitching about it.
definition ever. Oh, good point. Oh my God. Ouch, he's like, I need a drink.
Good lad.
Oh.
I've forfeited the right to claim this soul. It's yours. It'd serve you well. And your children after you.
Oh.
And he's standing right here, smiling down at me. I knew what I was doing was against the rules. I was doing what I was meant to be doing, and he knew it. Now he's dead, killed by the Lannisters, with your help.
What?
That's your pretty handwriting. Septim Mordain used to crack my knuckles because I couldn't write as well as you.
Ooh.
Come to King's Landing, swear fealty to King Joffrey, and prevent any strife between the great houses of Lannister and Stark.
Shit.
Your faithful sister Sansa.
They told me it was the only way to save father.
And you were stupid enough to believe them.
Oh, this is so bad.
I didn't betray our entire family for my beloved Joffrey.
This is
You
so
should be
bad.
on your knees thanking me.
This
We're
is
standing
so
in
bad.
Winterfell again because of me. You never would have survived what I survived.
I guess we'll never know.
Fuck, this is...
Do you know how happy Cersei would be right now if she saw us fighting?
Yes.
This is exactly what she wants. Sometimes anger makes people do unfortunate things.
Sometimes fear makes them do unfortunate things. I'll go with anger.
Oh my god. This is so bad. Like, my stomach is twisting into not seeing them fight like this. Although Arya does have some anger issues. I mean, understandably, but yeah, she's got a lot of anger in her.
Gingers I hate.
Gingers are beautiful. Kissed by fire.
They
Just like
are
you.
beautiful.
Don't point your fucking finger at me.
Gingers are beautiful. Oh my god, I love him for that line.
You want to suck my dick, is that it?
Dick.
Cock.
Ah, dick. I like it.
Like you do.
No, it's pussy for me. I have a beauty waiting for me back in Winterfell. Yellow hair.
No!
Blue eyes.
No!
Tallest woman you've ever
Back
seen.
off!
Almost as tall as you.
Brienne of Tarth.
Oh
You
shit.
know her? But I see the way she looks at me.
No!
And she wants to carve you up and eat your liver.
You do know her.
You've met.
I want to make babies with her. Think of them.
Please
Great big
don't.
monsters that conquer the world.
How did a mad fucker like you live this long?
He is mad. Oh my god, please stay the hell away from Brienne.
I'm the shield that guards the realms of men.
Maybe we don't need to understand any more than that. Maybe that's enough.
Aye, maybe that's enough.
Some deep conversations happening north of the wall.
Heroes do stupid things and they die.
Drogo, Jorah, Dario, even this Jon Snow. They all fell in love with you.
Jon Snow's in love with you.
Oh, my mistake. I suppose he stares at you longingly because he's hopeful for a successful military alliance.
He's too little for me.
And I promised him I'd keep you from doing anything impulsive. This will be a difficult negotiation. We're sitting down with people who want
He's
to see us
walking
both
on
headless.
thin ice.
My sister's likely to say something provocative. After you break the wheel, how do we make sure it stays broken?
Good questions.
You want to know who sits on the Iron Throne after I'm dead?
And I saw hundreds of arrows miss, but any one of them could have found your heart and ended you.
You've been thinking about my death quite a bit, haven't you? Is this one of the items you discussed with your brother in King's Landing?
I'm trying to serve you by planning for the long term.
Perhaps if you planned for the short term, we wouldn't have lost Dawn in Highgarden.
Fuck.
We will discuss the succession after I wear the crown.
This is getting so messy.
A bear. Big fucker.
What? Is that a wolf? Holy shit. Shit. What is that? Heart attack. Whoa! How did they do that? How did they get fire on their swords? Somebody help him! Somebody help him, come on! Who the fuck is everyone? How did they do that? Wait, who died?
Where did she get it?
I don't know. She seems very resourceful.
Fuck her.
I don't know what she thinks. I don't know her anymore.
Perhaps Lady Brienne could help. She's sworn to protect both of Catelyn Stark's girls. And if one of you were planning to harm the other in any way, wouldn't she be honor bound to intercede?
She would.
What does that mean? What is he thinking? Whoa, what? How did that one survive though? It doesn't make sense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's going on?
Stop!
Shit. Fuck. Fuck. Move back.
Go!
Fuck. Get up! Get up! Whoa. That's so
Lord of Light.
cool.
Come to us in our darkness. For the night is dark and full of terrors.
For the night is dark and full of terrors. Oh well, have to stop here and take a pause. So I will see you in the next video.